Hello everybody, and welcome to episode number 1000 of the Nobody Asked for This podcast. I can't believe we made it to 1000 episodes.
In 2 kilometers, keep left.
Did you hear that? I think my Siri went off. One sec, let me double check. It did. You know what? That's okay. Siri, he might pop in from time to time, and it is what it is, you know. It's nice to have company. Anyway, I hope everyone has had a great week. I just realized I committed the grave error of putting in a cough drop before recording, so I'm going to do my best to not waste my cough drop, but also not be annoying and chew it and do some sort of weird, what is that called when people make the noises on the internet and then post them and then they're rich and I'm jealous? ASMR. Yes, I'm having a Ricola. Is that what it's called? A Ricola, you know the commercial? Where it has elderberry or something, or wildflower, or I don't know, they're pretty good. I don't know what, there's notes of floral. I never really understood what the term notes of flavor was until I had one of these Ricola candies. It's like a fancy Halls. It's like a European Halls. I have no idea if it's from Europe, but I'm assuming. That's where a lot of the fancy stuff comes from. I'm sure other continents have fancy wares and whatnot, but that's kind of the main one. Or one of the main ones. But when I tasted the Ricola, I was like, oh, there are notes of things. I don't know if it's me or if people keep slamming on their brakes today, because this is just ridiculous. Also, I've committed another mortal error, which is anytime I pick a lane, literally driving. I'm driving, by the way. It's become a pattern. Anytime I pick a lane, it automatically becomes slow. It's very similar to how anytime I start watching a show, it will get canceled. So if you're a fan of Grey's Anatomy, and you're one of maybe the 10 people that are I think the show should keep going forever, you do not want me to watch it. You just don't, because it will be going for 20 years. I will watch one episode, and that lady, what is her name? Meredith Grey, she will be out of a job. And she doesn't want that. I don't particularly want that for her. I never want anyone to lose their job. So you know what I mean? It's just, that's life. Anyway, we are officially in unofficial fall. It is back to school season. I think everyone's back now, although people have been going back for a month. I'm really gonna need can we at least get on the same page about that? What date is schools restarting? Because I've been seeing people talk about it's the first week of school for the past 4 weeks. So when is the first week of school? Now, I adapted a similar philosophy, because in my head, the first week of school wasn't till week 3. Because the first week, aka first day of class, and I guess this is more college than anything, but it's the syllabus week. You're just walking around getting your syllabus. No one actually does the full hour or however long the course is actually going to be. And then in the second week of classes, they're still kind of transferring people in and out. There could be people that end up in that class that aren't even registered in that class in the second week. So why should I try if I could technically have not even been in the class yet and still pass it or whatever? So then week 3 is really where the effort starts. So I think we're still on week 2. So if anyone's in school in the timeline that I am, you're good till Monday. Feet up. Do not buy a textbook. Do not buy a textbook. Do not buy your textbooks. I guess I shouldn't say don't buy your textbooks. Find out if your textbooks are appropriate. I feel like rarely are they ever. Rarely do you need to actually buy the textbook. A lot of the times it's just, I feel like there's a ploy. Like there's gotta be some like backdoor deal. Is that what it's called? There's gotta be something where the textbook companies are like, listen, professors, we will give you a diploma to be a professor, but you just have to pretend that this 400-page book that we're going to reissue every 5 years or whatever it is, so that people have to buy it again. You're going to make sure we sell 80, at least minimum 80 copies 4 times a year, or 3 times a year, for however many years you're a professor. And in return, we'll give you a teaching job. It's like, what is happening here? It's got to be a conspiracy theory, because I've had to get textbooks that I swear we either opened once, or by the end of the course I realized, like, yeah, we've covered like 7% of this content. And I think the argument is, yeah, but like that's all you covered in, Psychology 101. But if you go to Psychology 102 or 103, like you're using the same book, it's just different editions or different chapters of the same book. I am going through a tunnel, but like you shouldn't be affected. That's all great, but if I'm not ever going to read the other parts of this textbook because I'm not taking Psychology 107, like you told me the book to buy for Psychology 101, and now you're telling me that only 1/7 of this book is knowledge that I need to know, unless I want to do these other classes that I'm not going to do. So it's almost like I wasted my money. So I'm going to need a 6/7 of a discount on this, of my money back on this book. Now, I didn't read any, I actually don't think I definitely have never read a full chapter of a textbook. I've maybe tried the night before an exam to like, okay, I'm really going to study and really going to try. There was one semester where like I tried so hard, and I could definitely see the change in my results, but like not so much to justify all that hard work. I was like, golly, this is a lot. Like I actually, because this was my last semester, I decided to start trying, day late, dollar short type thing. No, I was a decent student. Like I always did my homework. I probably did it the night before, very rushed, but I did it. Always did my homework. But it was rushed, and it was rushed because I didn't actually read the textbook. Because again, you don't need to. You don't buy the textbook. I can't stress this enough. Unless you are like explicitly told like you need this book to survive, don't buy it. Now, if the textbook happens to be like, I don't know, what's a good book? Life Coach by Dr. Phil, I would buy that book, or whatever his book is called. Do you know he has like 19 books, a couple of which are like health and lifestyle books? I just thought that was I just thought that was fascinating. I wonder if one day I'll write a book. Probably not. That just seems like a lot of work. I'm so glad I'm done writing essays. I think they really, honestly, they just need to get to a point where they can like zap your brain to see what you know. Like, why are we making people study and like prove your work and show how you know? Like, just zap my brain, figure out if the knowledge is in there. If it is, amazing. If it's not, like, can we just download it in there with a chip, and then I'll be good to go. I know, typical Gen Z trying to get the easy way out, but sometimes the easy way out is the better way out. Work smarter, not harder. I feel like really, I truly believe one day that's like what an exam is going to be, is you're just going to be hooked up to a machine, and they're gonna know, and they're gonna say, do you know this, this, and this? Although, I guess that's tricky because, like, you probably can't trick the machine. Now, no one will find a way to trick something like a group of high school students. So, give them like 2 weeks, and by week 3, by the time like you actually have to start trying after syllabus week and the week that people haven't even signed up for the classes, once you get to week 3, people will have figured out a way to like hack it. Like, do you know that Scantron trick? I don't know if it's ever worked, but where you fill out the bubble sheet, but you put chapstick on it, and then when they feed it to the machine, it marks it correct every time. I miss those Scantron machines. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know, I mean, I think these are pretty common. But it's like, when you take a test, instead of the teacher giving you your own paper that you write on, you'll get like a test booklet, almost, like a pamphlet of multiple choice questions, and then you'll get like a little sheet that you write your name in like block letters, and then it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however many questions, and then kind of like the multiple choice is on that separate sheet, and then you fill it in, and then the teacher just feeds an answer key into a bigger machine, and the tests all like get automatically marked. Now, why the teachers are allowed to be lazy and we have to like show our work and do a bibliography, I don't know. Don't even get me started on bibliographies. Such a waste of time. I totally believe in crediting people's work, but like, can't we just say that in plain English? Like, do I really have to be bothered with like a format? You know, do I really have to spend 2 hours making sure that I did, you know, MLA as opposed to APA or something PA? I can't remember. I cannot remember. But that's okay, because I don't need to remember. Because I don't have to do this anymore, because I am a dropout. No, I'm not a dropout. I retired. No, I did graduate, but and probably will have to go back at some point, but I live in that denial forever. My theory is if I act like I'm going back to school, then I will never feel the relief of knowing that I'm not going back to school. Whereas if I pretend like I'm done, you know, I'll never have to sit in the classroom again, then it's going to be, 1, jarring when I have to go back, but 2, I can't remember what I was going to say for 2. Maybe I should hit the books. I like books, I just don't like textbooks. So I don't know how I would say books are one of my favorite things. Like top 10, 20 favorite things. And textbooks are like my bottom 20 things. Which is funny because it's technically the same thing. So, we also never said I made sense. I'm looking at the clock and looking at what time Siri says I'm going to get there, and it's like not matching. Please hold. Okay, we're good. It just needed to reload. I meant to stop for a coffee today, but it unfortunately did not happen. Which is such a shame, but that's okay. There's always tomorrow. That's always a fun game. Like, do I have time to stop? Or my even more favorite game is, how much do I care about being a few minutes late that I'm going to walk in with coffee? Because that was always funny. If someone's late for a meeting or something and they're like, oh my gosh, traffic was so bad, but they walk in with a Starbucks and it's like, well, I mean, clearly traffic in the Starbucks line was so bad. But I respect it. But you should at least offer to bring it for other people, you know? And I'm not because I care, but just because then you can be like, hey guys, you know, there's such bad traffic, I need a coffee, like, can I get you something? And then it's like, oh yeah, you get the coffee, and then you have a couple extra minutes because you're also getting them coffee, And then when you eventually are late, like they're going to be caffeinated. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. Although I've noticed caffeine has been making me like more jittery lately. I don't like the jitters. I feel like that's not productive. There's a difference between like wake me up like gently, nicely, and like earthquake wake me up. I'm getting too much earthquake wake me up out of my caffeine these days. And I don't know what that's about. So I don't know if they're changing the beans. I don't know if it is a user error issue. I don't know if I no longer know how to make coffee. I actually have probably only used a coffee machine 20 times. I've used like a Keurig and one of like those instant ones. I use that a lot. But like an actual like drip coffee machine, which I actually think is kind of like not in a legitimate sense, but is like kind of the best coffee. Like there's kind of nothing better than waking up with Folgers in your cup, kind of. Like sort of. It provides a certain taste. It provides a homey taste. Is it, as good as the beans from other continents and this blend and that blend? Like in actuality, no. But in comfort, I'm sorry, the best part of waking up is Folgers or Costco brand, Kirkland, in your cup. I'm sure it all comes from the same place. And they all say they're from these fancy places. How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to trust that, like, I'm going to open this bag of beans and we're now making a promise that these came from, the Amalfi Coast? Do they grow coffee beans in the Amalfi Coast? I don't know. I've probably Googled that before. My Google, I wish you could get a report of, what your Google thinks about you. Or, what it says about you. Or, that Spotify thing at the end of the year when it gives you, the wrap-up. I would like that for, my Google searches. And it's you spelled so-and-so many words wrong trying to look things up. You clicked on, so-and-so many pop-up ads thinking that they were real, thinking that you won a trip to Brazil. That's the kind of data I want as we head into Q4, which I believe is when all the data collection, well, I guess it's when all the data from the year has almost been collected, and then you just put it all together. Man, I really need a coffee, huh? I'm tired. What am I supposed to do? I could use a little bit of that jumpy energy right about now. But that's the thing, is I'll be oh, I need a coffee. Even if it makes me feel bad, I need some caffeine. And then I'll get it, and I'm ooh, that was a bad idea. And I knew it at the time, but gas is expensive. But I went against my better judgment. I do that a lot. It's me and my better judgment are at war with each other. Anyway, I hope everybody has a splendid, amazing week. I am so excited for what we have coming in the fall. I don't know what that is exactly, but fall is coming. In my definition, it already is fall. In the calendar's definition, we may have a few more weeks, allegedly, of summer. But once the kids are back in school, once the pumpkins are out. Oh, I put up my Christmas tree. I might have said that last week. Not my big Christmas tree, but I just put up my my little one just in my room, just for a hint of some, not school spirit, a hint of that Christmas spirit. Because who can't use that in early mid-September? Anyway, if you like what you've heard, you can go to podcastnobodyasked.podbean.com. On there you can find links to all of our things, all the places to find us. And yeah, I hope you all have a splendid day, a splendid week. Enjoy some pumpkin goodies. Oh, I had some, I don't like that I said the word goodies. I had my first pumpkin yogurt. No, it wasn't a pumpkin yogurt. Oh, it was a pumpkin cream of wheat. I'm on a cream of wheat kick. I'll tell you all about it next time. I'm officially like 90 years old. Like, it was sort of, it hadn't been confirmed yet. Like, I think people thought I might have been 89. No, I am 90 years old now. From my cream of wheat obsession. Anyway, we will chat soon. And it's like not even like a fun flavor. Like, it's literally like the plain, I don't even put it in the microwave. Like, it's such an old person not knowing how to use the microwave. I'm using like the boiled water method from a kettle. I was gonna say I'll tell you the story next week, but I guess I just kind of did. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you're all good, doing well, and I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.